So we're going to do a special song just for this called Voices Dream.
We are grateful for the moments that this sculpture will give us as we look at our world and hopefully see it from a different point of view. That public art helps us think about our world in ways we don't usually think of on an everyday basis. Public art calls attention to something people feel is important in our society. It creates long-lasting legacies of our society. This time-honored tradition of creating public art that excites us, challenges us, evokes emotions, has come to fruition today as we dedicate Neptune's daughter and welcome her to Benicia.
So this daughter of myth, of God and goddesses, is gazing on the heart of Benicia, backed by a world-class view.
A different artist came up to me and said, pointing at this statue, Lisa is one of the premier sculptors in the country. I'm predicting that this will become the most photographed item in the entire city, more than the Capitol, more than the Depot.
This particular piece was in response to photographs I saw after the Deepwater Horizon oil spill that happened in 2010, and these photos of pelicans soaked and suffocating in oil, and it just was a really jarring image to me. And so I had this vision of this young woman, representing sort of our children, our youth, who are inheriting our world, holding this pelican and being a protector, looking at us, asking us to have stewardship for the life on this earth. So the name Neptune's daughter came to me later after I created it. I am someone who believes that humans learn by stories. And I think mythology really resonates through our human consciousness. And so one of the stories that I had going in my imagination was that, Neptune, in ancient mythology, he's the god of the sea. And it would be all of his creatures of the sea, the whales, the fish, the coral, the seabirds, that are being impacted by things that we do that are messing with the environment. And so I had this sort of imagination of one of his children, coming to the shore and saying, hey, why is this happening? And, kind of looking back at us to say, please look at what's happening. And again, this is my own personal narrative that inspired this, but I have a second story. And this is a story of hope, and it's a story that has to do with pelicans. Some of you may know this story and some may not, but when I was young, pelicans were going extinct. And for about 20 years, their numbers were plummeting, and people didn't know why. And they discovered that their eggshells were becoming very thin, and the mothers were crushing them. And I think it was in the year 1970, only one chick survived that was known of the California brown pelicans. And scientists discovered that it was the pesticide DDT that was causing their eggshells to become thin like this. Subsequently, when humans got, this is the cause, this is what's happening, they banned DDT. And we humans, when we understand what's happening and know that we can do something about it, we rescue pelicans from really edge of extinction. And today their numbers are over 70,000 brown pelicans, California brown pelicans that we have here. So this is a story of hope. It's a story that we really can make a difference if we're understanding what's happening and we're inspired to. And so I guess I just want to say that I want that story of hope to resonate with all of us, and think about our children and their children. And my hope is that this beautiful world that we all have been able to enjoy, that our children and grandchildren can also inherit this beautiful earth that's God-given, amazing glory that we have, that will continue on forever. And it's our stewardship that's going to make that possible. So dramatically.
have a common bond, which we all try to enhance our quality of life and a desire to live and play within a safe community. I just want to finish by sharing how grateful we are. Grateful for all of our friends, and grateful for everyone that continues to make Benicia unique and sophisticated, and yet a boutique community that we all call our hometown. Thank you.
It's from Gary Snyder, who wrote in his 1975 Pulitzer Prize winning book of poems, Turtle Island, goal: clean air, clean, clear running rivers, the presence of pelican and osprey and gray whales in our lives, salmon and trout in our streams, unmuddied language and good dreams.